Hi guys, I wanted to make a video on my full Magic Find setup for tier 12 towers. A lot of people have been asking me on stream, how do I do for juicing my towers? And this is my setup. So the most important part is Secrets of the Stones and Enduring Influence, because it gives you 1 extra Sextant and the increased effect of Watchstone modifiers. It's really good. And you want to also complete your Atlas. The effect of modifiers on non-unique maps is huge. You want the Awakener bonus to be high. And also you want the normal bonus to be high as well, so that you can draw more maps. And for the Valdor's Rest Atlas passives, you want to go for Diplomatic Escort. This node becomes crazy when you pair it with Arbin's Scarabs and Tamper Proof and Twice Temper. Basically, it gives you 10% more boxes, actually more than 10% more boxes. And it also makes them corrupted and rare, so that whenever you open them, they have a pretty high chance of dropping 6 links and other corrupted items. I drop probably like 56 link a day from this, and I just vendor them for divines. It's pretty good. And for the last node, you can either choose Delirium or Blight. I like this node because it's basically like an extra Scarab for free on your map whenever you get this proc on your maps. And it's pretty good. Blight encounters are pretty nice. So this is my Atlas setup. Let's go into the Watchstones. I go for an Auspicious Stone, because remember, we're using Diplomatic Escort for RBs, and we're using RB Scarabs. So it drops so many Exalted Shards and Ancient Shards. It's really, really good. And as the next one, I'm using 6% quantity, but you can also use 4% increase effect or 3% pack size. This one is kind of up to you. Just get the best Watchstone that you can. 4% effect is probably better when you roll really, really good maps. And if you're rolling lower juice maps, maybe 6 quantities is better. I'm going for like a higher investment, like probably like 50 to 100 C per map at the moment. It's what I'm investing in maps. And so probably I'll just change the quantity for an effect one. And as the last two, I'm using Territories Unknown for a random suffix and Irresistible Temptation for a random prefix. Why am I going for these? So if you go on the map mods that you can roll, every map mod has a quantity, rarity, and pack size associated to them. And so basically, having a prefix and a suffix makes your base map stats, pack size, quantity, and rarity way higher. And I think it's really good and they're actually pretty cheap. If you buy one with a lot of uses, they're like 20C, around 20C, and you can roll them yourself if you drop Sextants yourself, or you can buy them already pre-rolled. My Sextant setup is 1 Beyond, 1 Haunted Traitors, and then 2 positive Sextants on the blue Watchstones. And why am I going for Beyond or Haunted Traitors on the unique ones is because you can just buy them pre-rolled if you want. Beyond is around 100C, and Outer Traitors, and you can buy them in bulk, by the way, so it saves a lot of time. Go for like around 50C, maybe a little bit more, 50, 55. So the total is around 150C for 4 maps worth of Sextants. And if you divide it by 4, it's around 37 kills per map invested in just the Sextant, these 2 Sextants. But you'll also get a lot of Awakened Sextant back from just running the maps. So it's not really 37.5 kills back per map, because you're gonna get a lot of Sextant back that you can actually reuse into your Sextanting later. And I'm gonna show you how I Sextant. So basically, you want to block 1 mob, 1 shrine, and another mob. So I go for physical, heal, and any shrine. The shrine has a double roll of gloom and resonating. So if you block 1 shrine, you actually block the double weight of both of those mods. So every mob has a 1000 weight in the pool. So it's 1000, 2000, and then the shrine blocks 2000. So you block 4000 weight off of the pool. If you go on PoEDB, you can see the weight of every mod. And basically, you just put your Watchstone in. First of all, let's roll the blue ones because it's different how you roll them. On the blue ones, you just want to keep anything that adds like mobs. Even lightning is fine. It's not optimal, but I don't want to reroll the blue ones too much. You just keep anything that is okay. I got luckier, I got Beyond. And if you get Beyond, you just swap this Watchstone you have it now on this one, right? So whenever you rolling your uniques and you're getting something usable, like enraged boxes, which is really good because again we're using ambush scarabs and these ambush points in the Atlas passive. You can use something like additional strong boxes. You can do enraged strong boxes. You can do breaches if you want, and you can do abyss. These are like byproducts of just rolling for beyond nemesis or the good mods. Strong boxes, enraged. These are only enraged or the strong boxes. And basically, in case I roll a really good mod on the blue ones, not spamming, I don't spam, I just keep anything that is good on the blue ones. I just change one of these for one usable, like let's say I put enraged here. And if you want to roll for the unique ones, it's actually different. You only want to keep good ones, like something that you're gonna use in case you get a good roll here, or something that can sell. So for example, okay, this is not scripted. I actually got Nemesis 3 on the first try. It's not gonna be like this, but it sells for like 1.3, 1.4. They're 1.2 now, but if you wait, they're gonna sell for 1.3, 1.4. I've been selling them for like 1.3, 1.4. So you're gonna roll your uniques with all the sextants that you have left over. You're just gonna spam them until you get something good and sellable. Either that you're gonna use. On here, you want to keep Delirium Mirrors, Nemesis 3. I got another Nemesis 3. Delirium Mirror Nemesis 3 sells for a lot. And what else? Other good stuff that sells is Sacred Grove sells for about 1.5x. And yeah, basically, you're gonna spend your bulk of your sextants on the unique ones so that if you get something that you can't use, you sell. And if you get something that you can use, you use it yourself. I'll just keep going until I get one more good one. Barrels, Fire, Blight, nothing good. But yeah, this is somewhat expensive, but if you count that you can sell these back for 1.3, 1.4 each, so you're basically making your money back. Eventually you eat something good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you just spam on the unique ones until you eat something good, and then you sell them. If you eat Nemesis 3 on your magic Watchstones, you want to keep, when you roll your maps, you want to keep the Nemesis maps with a high pack size, and you're gonna roll them yourself. It's not worth it re-rolling your blue Watchstones if you eat Nemesis 3, because on average, you're probably gonna get 2 or 3x from running 4 maps, just because of the Nemesis Sextants. Even if Tower is not like the best map for getting Nemesis 3, you're still gonna keep the Nemesis. It's like free, a free Sextant. If I had Nemesis on this, I think I have some here. Nemesis. I have extra blue Watchstones with quantity. I have Nemesis here, and I keep them for whenever I eat really good Nemesis maps. I just run 4 at a time. This is my map rolling tab. I put all the Nemesis on top here, all of them identified on the bottom here, and all the big pack size and quant here. I'm gonna show you how I roll the maps after. And there's a reason why you keep them identified, because the best sextant is unidentified. If you eat the unidentified, you're still gonna do beyond and onto traitors, but on the last one, you're gonna put unidentified because it gives you pack size and it gives you quantity, and you're gonna do 4 unidentified maps. I'll show you all the map rolling after. And for my Scarabs, I am using the best one, I think. RB is one of the best ones, and also Reliquary. Reliquary and RB are 2 of the best ones. I always use them in every map. And then it's up to you what you want to use. Ambush is really good. Divination is also really good. The problem about Divination is if you buy them in bulk, they're like 20 each. And one nurse at the moment is 1.5x times 145. So one nurse is like 220C. So if you're paying 20C each map, if you don't drop 1 every 10, which is, you're probably gonna drop them, but you're gonna make your investment back, but it's like 20 seats extra for every map. And it keeps 1 slot in your map device. So it's kind of up to you. Divination is really, really strong. But depending on the price, you either maybe use rusted, or if you want to use polished or gilded, make sure you roll really, really good maps, or it might not be worth it because the prices go kind of crazy. A really cheap sextant that I like is Bridge, but it's not really good in tower. But it's still okay with the League mechanic because you can shift, clear the map, and then teleport back when the bridge is expanded, so you don't waste a lot of time. But yeah, the most important ones are Reliquary, Ambush, RB. I always go for these three, and then either Divination, or if Divination is too expensive, you can probably go for Abyss or Bridge. It's kind of up to you. Another good Scarab is also Elder. So basically, to sum it up, you always want Beyond, you always want Anti-Traitors. Anti-Traitors add so many mobs to your map. Beyond the Sextant is really good because not only gives you 6% chance to Beyond, it also gives you the 33% chance to spawn an additional Beyond Demon, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty much like 33% more Beyond, I think. I'm not sure about that, but it's really, really good, the Beyond Sextant. And the last two, anything that synergizes with your map, these are the ones that I like. Abyss, Strongboxes, Enraged, Breaches, or just any random mobs for additional packs of monsters. Anything's good. For Scarabs, Reliquary, RB, Ambush, Divination are the basic ones, like the pretty good one. Depending on the prices, you can sub and switch out some of these for Elder, Abyss, or Breach. These are like suboptimal, I think, but they're still really, really good. And if they're cheap, you might as well use them because they just add mobs to the map. And now for the rolling of maps, it's really easy to sustain T12s, and you're gonna over sustain a lot. I'm gonna show you how I rolled them and everything. You basically just put them all in a dump tab, or if you want, you can roll them in a map tab, but they get mixed with other maps. I just like to take them off and put them in a tab where there's just towers, and you just dump them in. And I have different rejects for different type of rolling, and I'll show you what I mean with that. So basically, if you use Awaken PoE Trade, you can bring up this overlay. My keybind is Shift Space. In your Awaken PoE Trade, it might be different, and you can save rejects. I'm gonna link them in the description. The ones that I'm using, I use one to roll the maps, one to take off the bad maps after I Vaal them, and one to double check that all the maps that are left over are really good, and then that I can run them. And whenever I roll, I get Chisel, Alks, Scours, a bunch of Chisels, a bunch of Alks, and a bunch of Scours, and a bunch of Vaal Orbs, because we're gonna Vaal all the maps to get 8 mod corrupted ones and unidentified, because they're crazy. And then first thing you check for is unidentified, and you ID all the maps that are unidentified, so you can start rolling them. And then you check for normal, and you bring every map to normal. After you scoured everything, you type 20% for the quality, and you quality all of the maps. It might take a while, but this is actually pretty fast for the amount of maps you're rolling. You 20% quality all of them. And then after you're done basically 20%ing all of them, you're gonna be alking and scouring all of them over and over. And I'm gonna put the rejects in the search bar and it will highlight all the possible maps that are good to run. The maps that we keep are Nemesis with high pack size and high quantity, Beyond with high Nemesis, Beyond with high pack size and high quantity, or just normal maps with no Nemesis or no Beyond, but with a lot of pack size and a lot of quantity. I'm gonna show you. I'm almost done with this, and then I'll show you how I do it. Okay, we are done. Okay, now we check for these rejects. Looks for all the maps that are from 28 to 28 plus pack size, 30 to 39. So 20, 28, 29, 30 to 39, and Nemesis, Beyond, or normal. When you alch a map, the outcomes are Nemesis Beyond or below 28 or above 28. 28 I think is a good amount of pack size to keep to Vaal, because if you do that, you know that all of these maps are like at least 28 pack size and they're unidentified, and then if you use the unidentified sextant on them, they will go to like at least 45 pack size minimum, because the minimum is like 28 plus 10, 38 plus 5 is like 43, and they're like really, really good pack size and quantity. And being unidentified also adds quantity, and on top of that, you also get the unID'd from the Sextant, and you get to crazy amounts of quantity. The unidentified maps are like the best ones, but you don't get too many. You only get like about like 25%, I think, of all the ones that you corrupt. But yeah, let's go and scour and alk all of them. I like to keep the normal at the end, Nemesis, Beyond, or Normal, so that whenever I click, I know the maps that are like not good. As I click, the maps that are bad, just they're not alighted anymore. And this way, I know if I misclick, if I don't click a map, I know, because so I basically don't end up with like normal maps at the end of one alchemy of the full tab. After I alked all of them, I don't end up with like some maps that are not alked. So for example, this one is 30%. This is good, I can keep it. This is 20% and it has Nemesis. It highlights because of the Nem here, or Nem. I'm not keeping it because it's 20%. I'm gonna roll over. 28, I think you can keep it. 28 is pretty good. 29, and does it have anything else? No, it's just 29. It's good enough. 29, 28, 24 with Beyond. This is like barely, I don't know if I keep it or not. I usually like to keep like 25, 26 with Beyond. Maybe at 24 I don't keep it. Oh, by the way, the pack size and item quantity go hand in hand. Like the higher the pack size, the higher quantity is going to be as well. So to like check everything really quick, you just check the pack size. I don't really check the quantity, because I know if a 31 pack size like this, if I have a 31 like this, I'm going to have around 100, and a 30 is going to be around 100 as well, a little bit less maybe. And you know pretty much what the quantity is going to be based on the pack size. So just keep anything above 28, you should be fine. I don't really care about the mods that I'm getting, because my build can do all map mods. Some can be a little bit annoying, but you have a headhunter, you should be fine if you have a headhunter. And I misclicked once and I didn't alk that one, but yeah. So basically, once you have your maps here, you can keep doing it on all of these over and over, and have all of these maps rolled, and then you just bring them here. And then I type Nemesis. If I have good Nemesis, like this one, 28 quantity, I just put it on the top right, and I don't corrupt it, because this is already good to run for Nemesis. 28 pack size Nemesis, it's already good enough. You're probably going to drop like 2 or 3x in 4 maps if you're using the Nemesis Sextant. They have year saved on the blue Watchstone that I hit. If you get it on a unique Watchstone, you sell it, but if I hit it on a blue one, I'm kind of forced to roll to run it. And once you have your maps here, I Vaal all of them, and some are gonna brick, some are gonna go on the unidentified. Some, like, I put all the unidentified down here, and I put the second REGEX here that shows all the bad maps. It shows the maps that bricked into from 18 to 27 pack size or basilica. So basically, since before we kept only 28 plus pack size, now we keep 27 or less, we show, and the ones that drop in the rip in basilica, because the basilica is the only outcome that can happen when it goes +1, and going +1 is one outcome of the Vaaling. And then I put all of these maps in a bricked map tab, and basically all the bricked maps that I get, when I just bake them into the Krangler to tier 10, and then I just switch them out for new ones. I prefer towers, so I only use basilica if I don't have any towers left, but I give the priority to tower. And then when I'm done baking them, I put them in like an 100 chaos dump tab. The same with alvas. When you run your alvas, when the temple is done, I just put in a dump tab. If someone PMs you for it, you price check it. If it doesn't PM you, I'll just leave them there eventually. Maybe they sell. I got like really good ones that people were spamming me for them. Good maps to run, these ones. I got like 6 stacks of Simulacrum Splinters, 7 stack decks. These sell for a lot. I didn't price check them. Let's see, 7. How much do they go for? Yeah, they're like 1x. For 7 stack decks is like 1x, and 6 Simulacrum Splinters are like 1x as well. So basically, with your bricked maps, they're not completely bricked. You can still use them and get good outcomes when you bake them. I don't bake the good maps because they're already good enough to run, and I don't really think it's worth it having a chance of getting like crazy mod that you can't run on your Magic Find character, and then you have to play another character that actually can run maps. So I only bake the bricked ones. And yeah, let's go back to the tower rolling. So basically, using this one, I checked the bad ones. That was the only one that bricked. All of this should be fine. To double check, I use the last REGEX that checks for 28 to 49 pack size and unidentified, which is all the maps that I want to roll. 40, 43, 28, 40, 43, 29, 39. All of these are good. These are the ones that I rolled. And I put them in a high pack size. I put them with the high pack size one. And I do clusters of 4. As you can see here, I do like maps of 4. Because your Sextant is going to last 4 uses. So I just put them in clusters of 4. I do Nemesis on the top. All the pack size, high pack size here. These are like the normal maps I run usually. And I did here with the Sextant. So with the normal setup, you run these. With the unidentified Sextant, you run these. And with the Nemesis Sextant, you run these. But you always keep Nemesis and Anti-Traitors. You just change one of the last 2 Sextants that are like positive Sextants for either an ID or Nemesis if you happen to roll them. Depending on what you get, you kind of have to adapt and decide what to roll and which map to use. But there's only like 3 different setups, so it's pretty easy. Nemesis, normal, and an ID. Anything else that I might have forgot? If you wanna, okay, once you put your map in with your Scarabs and everything, you want to pull out one Watchstone after the map device already opened the map. If you pull it out too early, the map device is gonna eat all your Sextant charges. It's gonna eat your map, your Scarabs, and everything, and it's gonna break it. So be careful when you pull out one Watchstone. You want to pull out the Watchstone because it makes sustaining T12 easy. If you take off one Watchstone, if you have 4 on every other region, you will drop so many towers. Also remember to favorite tower here. You need to favorite tower if you want to sustain, and you need to pull out one Watchstone. This is really important. And at the end, whenever you're done with the map and you need to open a new one, you just put it in, open a new map. You always beyond, really important, you always beyond. And if you have alvas, you always alva. I'll maybe make a guide on how to farm alvas. I was farming like over 50 every day when I was group playing. And yeah, right now I don't have any alvas, but you always want to beyond. And if you want to alva. I think I explained everything that I do. If I forgot something, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to explain. And that's pretty much it. If you can, just keep multiple of the blue Watchstones, so that whenever you roll Nemesis, you can then bank them here and roll them whenever you get good maps to run them. Yeah. Beyond is great, Anti-Traitor is great, Nemesis is good if you have Nemesis maps, and I did Sextant is insane if you have an I did maps. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.